Hello, world. We're coming to you live from the Chesapeake Bay, mixed with a little bit of crab cake, sprinkled in with a little bit of Old Bay, and covered in mumbo sauce. Sorry, Virginia, I don't know what y'all be eating in Virginia, but let us know what y'all eat in Virginia. Let us know the spots
Have
so
you
that way
ever
we know.
ate any of those things?
I've had crab cakes. I've also had mumbo sauce,
And you've had
and I've had
Old
Old
Bay.
Bay.
Okay.
That's a Maryland thing. Um, Yeah, we don't know what y'all eat in Virginia, so just let us know what y'all eat in Virginia and the spots. We're foodies. We love food. Some of us been on the wood too.
We only live once, and I plan on eating, okay? So that in my
I'm not
next
judging.
life,
I've been on a tour myself.
I'm gonna eat
I
in this
haven't
life.
missed any
We'll sort it out.
meals.
It's balanced. It's gonna work itself out.
Um, yeah, so if you're from Virginia, let us know the spots, the food spots and stuff, and
Oh,
what.
we would love to do a
Yeah, we could
live
do it
from
live in
somewhere.
Virginia somewhere. I got a lot of friends that live in Virginia. Let us know what spots y'all go to, what y'all like to eat out there. I know I've been to a Korean buffet out there that was really good. I
Yeah.
forgot what it was called. It was in Alexandria. It was really good. Um, but anyways, I digressed. Yeah, we're live in our own skin. We're gonna begin with shout outs just like I do all the time. You can check out my shirt right here. I got this shirt a while ago. It's Jimi Hendrix. It's really dope. Um, the girl that does this, she's also a rapper. She's from Ohio. Her name is Jay Cicero. I don't know if I'm messing up your name. I'm so sorry, but this is how it's spelled: Jigicero. You can check her out on IG and Facebook. Um, just type in that name I just gave y'all, and she has merch on her page. So check her out. She's from Ohio. She has this really fire song that I like. It goes, I don't give a fuck about none of these hoes. Make shit clear to these hoes. It's really fire. Check it out. It's on her page. She also got other freestyles and stuff on there and merch. She's super, super dope. Check her out. Um, this week I'm gonna shout out the DMV realtors. There's a bunch of realtors that we know from DMV. First, we're gonna start with Sharice. You can find her on IG. Just look up Sharice the realtor on IG. She's on there. She is a realtor in the DMV. Also, my brother David Pittman. He works for Samson Properties, also in the DMV. Check him out. You can look him up, David Pittman. He's on IG. He's also on Facebook. And my other fraternity brother, Jason Judge, he's he works in Annapolis for iTrip Annapolis. He's a realtor as well. And my other brother, Dwayne Stein the second, he works for Keller Williams. He's in the Grantsville area. I'm not really sure if he works in other areas. I know before he used to live out in Silver Spring. And he used to be in the DMV, also in Grantsville too. But check him out, Dwayne Stein the second. He works for Keller Williams. Um, so check him out, show him some love. But last but not least, if you're looking for landscaping and you're in Virginia, check out my brother Kobe Campbell. Um, his company is Campbell's Lawn and Irrigation in Virginia. So if you're looking for any landscaping in Virginia, hit up Campbell Landscaping, Lawn and Irrigation and Landscaping. You can just look that up, and his company will come up. They're based out in Virginia. And we're gonna start. How was your week?
My week was so good to be well, slow but good. Like I've been waiting for tonight. Like kind of like the rest of us love Island fans. Tonight was our night. Tonight was the reunion. You haven't been watching it, but I did want to talk a little bit about my takes on the reunion tonight. Let me tell you my little takes, and then we'll ask you a few questions and see how you would relate to some of these situations. My first take on the reunion, so much tension. Child, the tension was like through the screen. So much tension. I want to start off by saying the Huda was very poised, right? I actually see some growth. Like she answered the questions really well. She was in the hot seat for a lot of the scenarios. Shelly and Ace, they came very hot, right? Because they did have a lot of defending to do, child. Like, okay, so when they showed the Huda and Shelly conversation about the whole Chris sharing him situation, like when they aired it again, I was like, I was on Huda's side. Like she really did tell her how she told her. And then like when you watch it back, like even if she did keep saying it's for you, she really was just trying to make Shelly be okay with it. Like when the more we saw this, we saw that Shelly was not okay with it. Like the first, when you were watching the regular episodes, it was regular. Like we didn't see this, we didn't see extended version of it. But when you watch it, what they showed tonight, Shelly really was not okay with it. And like, Huda is a people pleaser. She was like trying to like appease her, like, are you okay with this? Be okay with this. It's for you and me. And that kind of was, it put a little bad light on Shelly a little bit. Like I kind of was like, I was on her side on that. Sorry, Shelly. Love you and Alondria. Love y'all. Love, 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 love. When it came to that extended scene of the heart rate challenge, oh my God. Oh my God. She took it way too far. And Shelly's answer was super correct. Like as somebody who was her friend, let alone it being consensual, because Huda said the politically correct answer, it's consensual, everybody said we were going to do it, and then we have to clock Andy because he asked the right question. If the tables were reversed and she had did that with Oh Boy, how would you have felt about that? Like people weren't even allowed to kiss Oh Boy during challenges, let alone do that freaky stuff that you were doing, child. Girl, she needed to check herself. But for me, the bigger issue is Huda got to be toxic all season long. Like, and then even if Alondria and Shelly did anything minuscule, small, it was just super blown out of proportion. It's almost like black women or black people are not allowed to, not live fully in their skin sometimes, or like do that, like be toxic. Have you ever experienced that? Like, like even if we take it politically, like the stuff that Trump has done, Obama would have never been able to get away with half of this stuff. The stuff that he has said, like, I don't like that for us.
We're not allowed to be emotional.
Yeah, we're not allowed to be fully ourselves.
Black women,
we're so critiqued.
They act like black women are the only women that are emotional, and all women.
Even when we're right
not
about
even just
something.
women and men. We're all emotional. All human beings are emotional, but they act like. That's why I love the internet era, because with the internet era, now you get to kind of see it live. Now you see it's not just black women. You see the emergence of, not to trigger anybody, but the Karens. You see the Karens and their behavior, them popping off everywhere. And you see, it's not just, and sometimes
there's some black
sometimes
Karens
they're
too.
justified in popping off. Sometimes you had enough. They messed my order up the last 10 times. But this is what I never understood, right? Sometimes it's on us to see patterns, right? Why you keep going to the same spot if they keep messing up your food, right?
Yeah.
I get it that it might be convenient for you, it might be close, it might be, but like you got like once or twice to mess up my order, and I'm going somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, like, what are we pulling? We're pulling and fighting for what? But anyway, I digress. I got back into food.
I know. I'm like, what is the bigger issue is that black women and black people in general are not allowed to act the way other races act and be held accountable to the same standards. Like they put us here as far as standards, right? We have to be perfect. We have to be politically say things correctly. We have to do all this. And they're allowed to be toxic, messy, talk crazy, do whatever. And when we react to them sometimes, then we're the bully. We're the person attacking them. We're the whole season. Everyone has to be honest. The whole season, Huda was, she knew she was a crash out. And she said to herself on this reunion that she has made growth. And Andy was like, in a month, he did clock that. He was like, in a month, you can't change that much. But like, she was. And like, whether, I don't agree that Shelly bullied her, but I do believe that one scene in question when they're all sitting there laughing and looking at her, and that proves my point. Shelly was there. She was the black girl there, right? But so was Nick. Nick was there. He's vanilla. Then you had Sierra, who's Latina, but she gives vanilla. Like, not, you know what I mean? She just looks that way, right? And then you had, like, everybody else there besides Shelly was not of color. And Shelly was the one who was blamed for bullying during that scene. And that's the problem, right? When they were all sitting there, they were all looking at her. They were all talking about the scene. And if you see the scene, it's actually Sierra who brings up, Huda crashing out on old girl, and Shelly just gives her opinion, and then everybody laughs, and then everybody says something else, and everybody laughs, but people only remember that she laughed, and that's crazy. And that's when she has to defend herself. And when black women defend themselves, now they're aggressive, but you hit them. That's that whole, I slapped you, but you're not allowed to be upset that you got, like, you're not allowed to be mad that you got hit or hit them back, which is crazy. Right? I'm not saying that the Shelly and Huda relationship was 100% great, because there was that Chris situation. Wasn't so great. I side with Huda on that part. But like the rest of it, it's like not fair. Like, I think all I want for people of color is the same respect and the same privileges to just be. We're so critiqued, we just can't be. At one point people didn't. There's so many shades of us. They're rocker, black people. They're emo black people. They're soulful black people. We should be allowed to be fully ourselves in every space and not be held to different standards, right? Like, imagine you're going on a show like Love Island or even Survivor, like when they had a lot more black people on there. What did they say? They were like, we got to think about how this portrays black people. That sucks for us. Like, we can't even play a game like Survivor. Like, I can't vote him off because I need to be in solidarity with him, right? Instead of like, the rest of the races get to come on here and play a strategic game, but I have to remember me and him always have to stand with each other because of how we're viewed. That sucks. Like, they went there looking for love, and they have to, edit themselves. They have to restrain themselves. They have to, everything is so coordinated with themselves. Like, that sucks. And even when, to be honest, Alondria and Shelly were probably super classy, because some of us, it couldn't have been me, because we would have had to set it off a few times. They were so classy, Kamal. Like, they really handled themselves really well. Even after there were so many racist things that were said, Alondria said somebody put, like, George, do you know the guy who died? What was his name? George, remember the guy on the knee? George Foreman, is that it? I don't want to mess it up.
That died?
Yeah.
George Floyd.
Yeah, they put her face on his body. That's taking it too far on the internet. People have taken it too far. Like, that is too much. Like, nothing anyone does on a dating show should ever mean that that's what you're gonna do. And that made me so sad, because this was supposed to be a key show. We all, like, it was the best part of our summer. Everyone was coming home at 9. We were all watching it together. But I never thought to attack someone in this way. I never thought to get on the internet.
People take it way too far on the internet.
It's too much.
Because there's nobody.
These are real people. These are real people.
There's nobody to police you when you're on that keyboard. It's whack. It really is.
Like, it doesn't make you any bigger to get behind a keyboard and say mean things to someone. It actually means you're so small. Like, imagine how small you have to be if makes you feeling better about yourself means going on the internet and saying something mean to somebody who's actually putting themselves out. You know how vulnerable it is for someone, like, for any of them, let alone, like Huda or the two, Olangier and Shelly, putting them, that's vulnerability. Putting yourself out there to know that you're gonna be judged on everything. Who you like, who you kiss, how this, what you were, and
That's just the work. Like, people are just mean and malicious. And you just gotta remember, they were watching you on TV.
Yeah.
Chappelle said it. He said, hey, remember, you clicked on my face on Netflix to watch me. You can hate me all you want. That's because he's in line. What Cat Williams said, you gotta be in line with your star player.
Yeah, that's
There's gonna be crowd noise. There's gonna be people saying, oh, you ain't shit. You ain't this. You ain't that. You ain't that. There's people gonna go there and go really, really far. They're gonna go to hell. But you don't have to go to hell with them.
No, don't go.
That's their goal. They want to drag you to a space that's dark where they're at. I'm not meeting you where you're at. I'm leaving you where you're at. That's what I'm doing. Don't match energies.
Wait.
Leave them where they're at.
Did you see that lady? It's like it was an African lady, and a guy came trying to get on the elevator. He was like, "Are you going up? He was like, "Are you going down?" She was like, "In the name of Jesus, I'm going up." He just wanted to know if the elevator went direction.
Maybe she felt his vibe, and she was like, "This guy got bad vibes. I don't know why he's
in Jesus' name, I'm going.
We're going up.
I don't know where you're going.
Your vibe, and it's not a good vibe. So close door now."
Maybe that's what you have to do with people in real life.
Man, don't meet nobody where they're at, because where they're at is not where you're at, and they can change your whole mood. You ever been having a good day and then somebody with a foul mood just comes and messes up your whole day? You were having a good day, you were happy, everything was good. You woke up, you felt good, you was at work, you were vibing, you were smiling with people, and then somebody comes in. What the? What? Whoa!
Now you gotta show them. We what?
Like, what? What do you know? What, me? We smiling over here. Now you're not even. Your energy just went to your energy. You just went from smiling to now you're fussing. And I was like, no, man. Have your bad day over there by yourself. I'm not having it. I'm not having it no more. Before I used to react, I'm not. Don't let anything have a stranglehold on you like that. People like to drag you where they're at. No, don't meet nobody where they're at. Leave. You can leave. You have free will. Go. You can go. You can walk away from people. You don't even gotta explain why you're walking away. They knew what they did. You knew you came in with that energy. You came in here all fussy and everything.
All fussy.
And then now you want to tell. And then now you want to get everybody into that mood. That's like, no.
Wait, maybe that's why that commercial is so good. The Snickers commercial.
Yeah,
you're not yourself.
You need some chocolate.
You're not yourself. Those were some good commercials. Like when, I guess they were watching football and one of them turned into Roseanne. One of them, he ended up a Snicker and was like, "You're not yourself." And then he turned back to his regular self. Those were some good commercials. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Just take a mental note. Be like, this person is beside. If you can't leave that person, you can do some. This is gonna sound really weird, right?
What were you gonna say?
But in your head,
we all
be having thoughts in our head, right? In your head, just do some meditation practices in your head.
Or think about something else.
Or think about a happy time. And if they get mad, if you gotta get out of there, you can get out of there and then explain to others, especially if you're at work, explain to them later why you left. He was tight in there, and I didn't want him to drag me into that. So I left instead of getting into it with them. They'll be like, wow, that was so mature of you leaving and doing this. Instead of staying there and then battling out, we're gonna have a WWE match out here. I'm gonna tell you something, brother. We're going to handle it here. Don't handle it there.
Sometimes you got to let people win.
And sometimes,
okay, I'm sorry, I have an attitude.
Even if you know you're wrong, what's it to me? I know I'm right. I don't have to prove it to you that I'm right. I know I'm right. I'm not going to sit here and fuss with you because I don't know how far you're going to take this.
Yeah, this could be the day that they wanted. Like they're ready
somebody was like, I'm going to go trigger somebody today and we're going to get in a fight. I don't even care.
I want to fight someone. Yeah, maybe they're
and it's like, no, I'm not.
and they want to beat
I'm
someone.
I'm not a
we
fighter.
rebuke it, but you know what I
We
mean.
rebuke all that. Because
Yeah.
we want to rebuke
Okay, so let's go back into it because there was still some other things. Okay, did y'all clock supposedly Brian cheated on Amaya, and they're not following each other? Okay, or okay, let's not say cheat. That there was. He said he. What was the words he used?
Entanglement?
No, he said he had a lapse in judgment. That's very politically correct way of saying it. But then listen to how he explained it. He said that he used to be a bartender. He was serving drinks, and then he had a lapse in judgment. And then Andy was like, I wanted to know more. Like, how is serving drinks a bad thing? I think there's more to that story. I'm not gonna lie to you. There has to be.
That's
what
all
girl?
He said? He didn't say anything else?
No, he wouldn't elaborate because. And then when they went to Chris, they asked Chris, "You were there the night of the alleged cheating. Why did Chris say I didn't see nothing?" Like there's something happening. You literally.
He's like, I'm not in it. My name is Bennett, and I'm not in it.
Exactly. So something really happened there, and then the fact that they stopped following each other when it aired today, that lets you know something did happen. But okay, this is my thoughts on this. You have to remember these were regular people like a month ago or whenever it started who had like maybe 2,000 followers, like something small. So they were like regular folks, and then they get on a show that's really huge and now they're popular and girls are all on them, like, you know, and then you just like a month ago decide to go get serious with someone. Like for a 22-year-old or how old these people are, they're still really young.
That's young.
That's really young. You want to live it up.
Then now you're popular.
Now you have 1 million followers. You're basically a celebrity.
And this ego. Man.
Yeah. So there's probably like in fairness to them, it's hard. And I only see 2 couples really making it out of this whole deal, and that's Pepe and Iris. I think they really have a connection. Plus, they're going slower. She was like, let's date, and then he can ask me to be his girlfriend. Like, they're moving slow, but I feel like they're gonna make it. And then Alondria and Nick, I see them going the long haul as well because they're also going slow. They're not like, so we were on a show, now we go together badly. It's just, if it happens, it happens, and I think it will happen for those 2. I think Amaya and Brian, I really just don't see it. Like, I think he likes being a celebrity now, and there's girls, and there's like club appearances, and
the sensation is there.
Yeah, I don't know how. Like, if you're at a club and you're giving girls shots, even if you're like pouring them in their mouth or on their stomachs, maybe it goes too far that way. But how does that equate to cheating? I think maybe if you kiss them.
It's like
if there's kissing, that's cheating.
It's kind of like drugs. It's like a gateway drug.
Then they hit you up after.
That's what it starts with. First, you're feeding them shots. The next thing you know,
to your hotel or wherever.
Next thing you know, you're texting or you're in the DMs, and the next thing you know,
it's out of control. But like, if we're honest, let me ask you this, because this is a dating show where you're dating people in front of other people. Like, people are gonna catch feelings and get mad. Like, it's so hyper. But you would never be living in the same house and having to see it 24 hours a day.
Oh, the concept of the show is reckless.
It really is, but it's so juicy.
It's so juicy. You can date. Ooh. It's like they can cheat. It's debauchery.
It's crazy.
It's debauchery, really.
It's so juicy to watch, though, right?
You can intercept somebody's date and then end up dating them, and you're cool with them.
And then we're not allowed to be emotional. Okay, that's the other thing I want to say. Why I think Huda was A, the most popular, and B, the most relatable. She was authentic. She was a crash out. And to be honest, the younger version of me was kind of like Huda. I was possessive. I just didn't want nobody touching my man. Like, I probably acted like her. Like, probably like I'm not in control of your own emotions where everything is heightened. If he doesn't say this to you, like, now you want to break up. Like, just toxic, right? But that's a lot of us women have been there. So, like, we could relate to that. And we were like, you know what? She was relatable. And she didn't make any qualms about being who she was, and people like that. And I think that was the other reason why Shelly was a little upset was like, you apologize, but then you go on podcasts and you say, well, I'm authentically myself, which kind of negates the apology.
That's a half-ass.
Yeah, that's almost sorry, not sorry, right? If I say
That's
I
like
apologize,
I'm sorry that you took what I did,
but I was
personally,
being my true self.
but
Like, you know,
you knew I was a jerk, so why are you mad? What?
it's kind of.
I'd rather just not even have that apology.
Maybe that's how Shelly felt. Like, you know, you said you were sorry, but
I
then you
hate
go on
those
a
type. I
podcast
hate
and
those
you
kind of
say,
apologies.
you know, you say,
You'd be
"Oh,
like, huh.
this is who I am." Oh yeah, stay away from people who say this is who I am, because
Or just take note. Okay, that's who they are. So now you get.
no,
to,
that means they're
you
not
get
changing.
To, you get to decide. Do I want to deal with this person? Do I not? But don't sign that contract and then come complaining to me about what happened, because I'm not gonna hear it. I'm gonna be like, you accepted that.
Come on, you have been in contracts that you didn't like, and like sometimes people just want to vent about it. Like,
No, but it
yeah.
doesn't mean you have to listen.
Yeah,
I don't want to listen.
You're tired. You don't want to be.
I'm too old for that. Like, they did what? Whatever.
You better watch it. The universe listening. You'll be the one crying to people talking.
I have been.
And
I'm just saying, this is your life. You get to decide. I'm telling people,
they get one shot.
This is your life. You get to decide what you want in your life and what you don't want in your life. It's okay to say you don't want it. You don't want it, and just pay attention to people's actions. People they can sing you the most beautiful song ever, and then when you leave, it's a diss track.
Wait, you.
This is the remix.
Wait, you gotta see.
I don't really like her, no way.
Wait, we gotta start doing the split screen so we can have some of these internet things. This guy wrote a diss track to his cat, and it looks like the cat understood, because the cat's like, "Why are you calling me this? What happened? Like, are we fighting?" I think animals understand, because that cat was like, "You dissing me? Like, what's going on?"
They can't understand, like, well, I don't know. Maybe they can't. They
They
can't
understand
understand language, but they can understand vibrations.
No, they
and they can
language.
understand energy.
They understand language, because how come you could tell Kayla come here and she comes? That's language.
Or it might also be direction, like your hands might.
No, sometimes you don't
come here.
No, did you
maybe,
did you always use your hand when you said come here?
I didn't always.
No, they understand.
I didn't always like. And Kayla's not the best example. She wasn't really trained.
But she understood.
Yeah,
she understood.
Some people did train her.
She understood. Okay, she knew.
They're smarter than we think that they are. They have different instincts than we do.
They hear, because like then when you watch online, like when there's people speaking different languages to them, how do you explain that?
Okay, maybe they do. I don't really have. I'm not really. I haven't had many. Kayla's the only one.
We had
only
a
pet
dog.
that we.
Yeah.
That I've. Well, that's not true. That I like had to deal with. I mean, our pet.
Yeah, cats like him. It's ridiculous.
I had roommates that had pets and stuff, but
yeah.
that was their pets.
Yeah, but they became his because they chose him. Like, you know how cats choose their owner? They had their own owner, but decided Kamau was their owner now.
I mean, you can't live with animals and expect them not to vibe with you.
Well, now you
I was resisting it.
Yeah,
that's why like the
knew.
More that you resist, the more that
especially
they're like.
With cats. I think cats want to be with the one who doesn't want them.
Even people, the more that you show somebody. Actually, I want to give y'all some game. This is how you get her to notice you. Act like you don't care at all.
Like unnoticed.
At all. And then she's gonna wonder, why is this guy not even like? He's not interested at all, and it's gonna confuse her. And then she's going to be like, oh, okay. Let me see what's up. She's going to slowly start paying attention. I've tried it. It works. But it's the same thing with the animals.
Especially the cat.
I was resisting.
Cats know who doesn't
because
want them.
I didn't really want to deal with the animals. Like, I was like, all right, that's my roommate's pet. That's not my pet. If I wanted one pet, I would have went to the pet store and got it. But yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to talk about hot topics now?
Are you done with
I think
Love
so.
Island?
That I mean, if I think of anything else, I'll probably just do a video, and you'll see my comments on it. Am I done? Yeah. There were some other things that I wanted. Like, why was Austin and Ace the tension check? They got beef bad. Yeah, we'll talk about it. Don't worry. Okay, what do you got?
I'm
What do you
just
wanna
doing
talk
some
about?
reflections. I was reflecting about. I wonder why people meditate, and because I used to think like before I started like getting into meditation, I used to think it was crazy. I was like, "What the hell are they doing? What is this?" You're sitting there
This
humming.
brother.
You're sitting there humming and
Brother,
and breathing and doing all this for what? It's to like relax yourself and calm yourself from the day and to decompress from the bullshit of the world, right? Like for example, like if you're working a retail job, you're probably just leaving. There's some days you have those days where you go home and you're like, oh my god, it was a lot today. It's like, oh my god, these people, Jesus Christ. So you might need a minute to sit down, to sit down and decompress and stuff. Um, yeah. So that's what
I
I
would
was
say
thinking about meditation.
meditating quiets the voices, right? Because like in everyone's mind there's always scenarios, right? There's like something talking to you all the time about something, especially especially if like you're just a highly emotional person. Like I used to replay arguments all the time. As an Aries, I'm like always like, I should have said this, and then I should have said that, but then they have said this, and then like always looking for evidence in my mind. Not anymore, but like, you know what I mean. I'm working on that. But what was I listening to? I was listening to Joel Osteen, and he was like, sometimes you have to let go in your mind too, because sometimes we're only letting go of arguments to let peace happen. Like if we got into an argument right now, I would say I let it go, but I would continue it in my heart and in my mind. So you haven't really let it go, right? So some of us have let stuff go in physical form, like, oh, okay, so me and this person had an argument, something happened, I don't see them every day and I'm not talking to them, but how many of us in our minds and in our hearts we still holding on to like things that have hurt us? And he was like, you have to let it go in your heart and in your mind, because that's where the peace is. The peace is, that's where it is. Like if you want peace, you have to like release yourself from that scenario, not just because the person's in your face right now. You're like, I want to appease this person, let me let it go. Like none of that matters if you go home at night and you think about it. If you're in your bed, in your car, you're replaying the argument. If you're in the shower replaying the argument, you're not at peace.
That's why
It
people
still hasn't won.
I think that's why people meditate to release that energy, and they might breathe. Just you know, breathing exercises are actually good for you to breathe and just practice breathing. It's good for your lungs. It's good for your overall health and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, I also saw this quote. Um, I was watching this podcast. Jada Kiss was on Ti's podcast, and Ti asked him, "Was there anything that someone ever said to him that resonated with him?" And he had this quote that said, "Never let your emotions supersede your intelligence." And that kind of hit me hard because as an emotional person, that's happened to me before where like all logic has left. And like I'm a logical person, but logic, like my emotions at the time has taken over my intelligence.
Yeah.
I don't even see that the person knows that they're playing with you. I just see like what the hell this person thinks. What the hell? Like I'm in
Like
that
you have to
mode. I'm in
prove
that
to
red
them.
mode
Yeah.
where I'm just so angry, and it's just like, yo, they're playing with you, and you're letting them play with you. They saw where they could trigger you, and they did that on purpose. is, right?
Yeah.
That's your emotions superseding your intelligence. Because if you were thinking logically, you would know this is nonsense. He's messing with me. I should probably just let it go, or I should just find a way to move on from this instead of matching the energy or like
Trying to prove something.
trying to prove something, being angry. Even it can even get physical. Like it can get physical. Like people like to see how far they can push people, and some people sometimes they do that for entertainment, especially online. There's people out there with these bot profiles with fake profile that just go on there to trigger people. They just look at what you posted and they say the opposite just to piss you off, and it works with people because they're like, "What?"
People getting riled up.
Because everybody, we're so used to people like agreeing with us. When somebody doesn't agree, it's okay for somebody not to agree with you, right? I had to come to the realization with that with me. Because I always want people to agree with me. And I was like, no, they're not always going to agree with you, and that's okay. That's okay. When you think about it logically, does it really change anything? Really. Like sometimes it might in your life, and then you might have to deal with it head on. But most of the time, like 90% of the time, it doesn't matter, right? Like a Trump supporter. I don't support Trump. But I'm not gonna change a Trump supporter. You know they're loyal to him. Like they worship him like Christ, right? I'm not gonna change your mind about him, right? So why am I getting into it with you about him? It is what it is. It doesn't matter. It'll change. Like it's not gonna last forever. Nothing lasts forever.
But when you were saying about the intelligence part, like if the person always like you know how people move, like especially if you see the person, most of the arguments you have are with people you already know or see frequently. So like when they come, you already know what time he be on. So you should already
Tracy
remove
Morgan
yourself.
Said, you know he don't pay back. You should have never let him burn.
Exactly. So that's you letting your emotions supersede your intelligence.
Why are you coming to me with this prayer? You know he doesn't pay people back.
That's on you. Gave him the money. Yeah.
That's on you.
So you know he triggers people. Why, when you saw him coming, you should have removed yourself.
You should have just been
but
like,
you let
all
the emotions. You in it.
You should have just assessed it. That's why I said, just open your eyes, and see the bullshit. Because that way you can get away from it. And if you don't sign a contract that you don't want to accept the terms to. That's with everything in life. That's with relationships. That's with work. That's with anything. You're in this world. This is your life. You have a begin date. You have an end date. You don't have to do anything that you don't want to do. You don't. And you don't have to explain anything to anybody. You don't. Just those are the most free people. The people that are like, I'm gonna do what I want to do, and the world will just.
Or they'll tell you okay and do whatever they want to do anyway.
That's what I realized. That's a power move.
Yeah, because that makes.
I'm gonna tell you what you want to hear.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna go do what I want to do. But be righteous though. Don't be out here playing because people do that. But to each his own. I'm not here to judge anybody. Judgment is for God and not for me. I'm not judging anybody. I just pray for people and I move on.
And that was the prayer.
Maybe that was. Maybe that was.
What else you got?
What else I got? We gotta stop being so negative. I know we live in a negative world and we can't really escape it. But like, stop hating on each other so much. It's crazy. And stop like basking in people making mistakes. Like, did you see the whole first date thing with Monica McNutt?
No, what happened? And who's Monica McNutt? I don't know.
Monica McNutt is like one of the hosts on ESPN. She does First Take with Stephen A. and Molly and everything. And I think it was last week. that had Drewski on it, and he had a Barry Sanders jersey,
Okay.
Detroit Lions Barry Sanders jersey. He had it backwards, and it said Sanders.
Yeah.
She didn't know. She made a mistake and said, "You got a Shador Sanders jersey on," and he was like, "No, this is Barry Sanders." And people were in awe and uproar. All right, let me give y'all some background. Monica McNutt was born in 1989. That was Barry Sanders' rookie season. That's when she was born. She don't remember Barry Sanders?
Wait, but what colors were these? Was the jersey?
I mean, the jersey was blue.
Okay. No. Okay. I don't know a whole lot about this
The
situation.
jersey was blue, but like.
But
you
let
got
me
some
just
grays.
say this. I don't know a lot about this situation, but I could see the outrage a little because it's her job to know. Right?
It is,
It's
but,
her
like,
job to know,
Give her
right?
some
It's her
grace, though.
job to know. The colors,
I know, she made a
the
mistake.
colors were off, weren't it?
The colors were.
Exactly.
I
It's her
didn't think
job
about
to
that
know.
factor.
It's her job to
I didn't
know.
think about that
But
factor.
still,
But
lend grace.
people
Lend
be,
grace.
people be waiting for you.
Yeah,
It was the same thing with Steve Harvey. Remember when Steve Harvey messed
Oh,
up
yeah.
Miss America thing? And I think what it was with Steve Harvey, they people got sick of seeing Steve Harvey everywhere.
It was too much.
Steve Harvey's on the he's got the talk show, he's got the radio show, he's got Family Feud. Now he's doing Miss America, right?
That was an honest mistake
so-
on his part because, like, it's
Yeah, it was-
confusing.
it was
The
an honest
runner-up,
mistake, right?
it's the,
But you should have seen on the internet
like,
and
he did it
everywhere
on
how
purpose.
everybody was so like on them and like as if they never made a mistake before. And really it was y'all got sick of Steve Harvey and
They
you
were
were
looking
happy.
for a
You were
reason.
looking for a reason for him to stumble and make a mistake so you can get on him. And what makes
That
it worse,
sucks.
it be our own people that do that.
Yeah, it sucks.
Like we gotta stop that, man. You don't see no other race doing that. You don't see Asian people doing that, like going on there saying, what's his name did this or did that. White people too. They protect themselves. They don't. Indian
Wait, was
people.
it only black people talking up to her?
Nah, it was everybody, but
Okay.
but it was mostly
chocolate people.
black people, and we need to stop that as black people.
Yeah, give her some grace,
Give her
but
some grace.
also it's her
It
job.
is her job to know. You do have a point.
And the color of the jersey was different.
It was definitely
So it was
and
a
Barry
wild-
Sanders is the legend.
Yeah, it's her
But
job to
I
know.
usually-
And the color of the jersey should have gave her a heads up, or she should have asked it as a question. When you don't really know, maybe.
But I think she got caught up and she
Yeah.
made a mistake,
That's
and it was
fair.
live on air.
Okay, so
Hold up, dude. I wanted to know this. Do you guys know, like, is First Take live? Is it live?
I don't know.
Because if they could have edited that,
They could have helped her.
they could have helped her out, like help
Yeah.
a sister out. Like,
No, but why help her? It makes the show ratings better because now there's outrage.
I mean, now there's controversy.
Yeah,
Maybe
so
they
more
wanted
people
the controversy.
Yeah, so sometimes they just want the controversy. Plus, why? Like, we need to normalize making a mistake because then it's not a big deal. Why can't she just come on there and why is it not okay for her to be like, "Oops, I made a mistake," or is it back to black people
I
can't
would
make
have just
mistakes?
made a joke. I would have
Yeah,
just
why
made a
couldn't
joke.
she do that?
I would have just made a joke about it. I'm talking about on the internet. I didn't even watch the whole thing. I just saw it on the internet, and I just saw the comments. Oh my god,
It was too
man.
much,
The
huh?
internet, y'all too much, man.
Yeah.
A lot of y'all need therapy because this is a cry for help. Why are y'all so happy with people failing? Like, I'm not even with that spirit. That's a bad spirit.
Yeah, it's probably because that's the only win they get. That's the
What,
only
like,
win
look
they
how
get.
sad that is. Like, you're winning, somebody else losing.
It's a hot
Really?
mess. It's a hot mess.
It's bad, man.
Yeah. What else do you have for us?
I also saw on TikTok. Actually, this is one of my favorite comedians,
Okay.
Godfrey.
Yeah.
He was talking about how Dominicans always say that they're not black and stuff, and he got into that. And I'm just like, this is what I'm going to say. This is my take. He kind of has a similar take. It's okay to be black. Like, the world had made it
Yeah.
so ugly to be like as if like it's a curse or a disease to be black. And some of y'all are taking it like we're trying to take away your Spanish. We're not saying you're not Spanish.
Well, they don't even like Spanish. It's
We're not
Latino.
We're not even saying you're
You're
not
not
Latin or Hispanic, or we're not trying to take your culture away. We're not saying that you're only African. You're not black. What is it so bad to say that you have some African in you? Come on, like, it's not a bad thing to be black.
To be honest, it's colonialism.
It's
So
terrible.
like
That's exactly what
that's
it is.
what it is, and like
And
over
it's so
time
sad.
it'll get better. But you have to remember that when colonialism took place, they went to all these different islands and they separated people. Right? They wanted us to fight amongst each other based on color, and that's still something
the
that's
divide and
yeah. It's
conquer.
still we are the flyest people.
I know.
I mean, it's a privilege to be black. I don't know how anybody wouldn't want to be. So, like, they want everything about us except for us. And that's the sad part. Like, you can't want the drip. You can't want the,
They want the culture,
sauce,
but they don't want...
but hate the people. Right?
They don't want the people.
Oh, there was this
I don't
lady.
like that. Yeah, I saw
did you
that.
see the white lady who was
I
like...
posted that on my
Dude,
page.
she was so real. She was like,
She
you
had
gotta eat
enough.
bland
She
food.
was fed up.
You gotta stop watching sports. Like, she broke it down. She was like, you don't like black people? Stop watching sports where black people are on.
She said, go to
Stop
Cracker
eating.
Barrel.
Yeah, she said, stop eating foods that come
Stop going
from
to
black
Mexican
people.
restaurants. Stop going to anything ethnic.
She said it
Since
correctly.
you don't like immigrants so much.
Hmm.
There's like a war against immigrants.
There really isn't. I
And
rebuke
it's not
it.
cool.
Like, I rebuke all that. I think, especially in a place like
It's factual.
here, well, literally almost
I
everywhere.
rebuke that energy, but I'm just saying it's happening.
It is. I was gonna say, especially in a place like here where it's such a melting pot of everyone. Like no one's even from here,
dope.
really.
That's what makes it dope. Different. I love going, like, meeting people from different places and different cultures and
trying different foods
and learning different ways and different methods of things that they do and stuff. I don't only want to be with black people only. I love my black people too, by the way. But I don't want to be only around black people. I want to be around everybody. Different people. I love when I work at different places and there's different people. There's an Asian person, there's an Indian person, there's a Hispanic person, there's a black person from the Caribbean, there's people from everywhere. There's somebody from England. Now you're learning stuff from
European
different places.
Style and stuff like
places,
that.
and they teach you about their culture. I teach them about African culture. They teach me about Asian culture.
You know what I really think
It's
is
so
happening?
dope.
I think that the fear is the people are uniting.
They already have been.
No, but that's the fear, right? The people, like, there's more ethnic restaurants more than ever. People are visiting other countries because if you travel outside the country, you have a better appreciation for life in general because you see how people live. You come back, you're rejuvenated in a way, and you're less prejudiced. And they're seeing that. And they're like, we're gonna stir this up because the younger generation, especially them, they're not going for. Like, oh, Eminem almost got canceled. They're not going for it. Any type of hate, any type of division. These younger
got canceled for what?
Because his old raps are bigotry and gay, like anti-gay. They're not having it. These young people, they like listen. They don't care how hot you were, in what year. I love that though, because they're pushing the culture. They're like, you know what? We accept all people, regardless of what their gender, what their pronouns, what their culture is. Like the temperature of the society is going in a more multicultural way now. There's more mixed people than ever. By 2050, they're saying it's going to be like most people are going to be mixed. And that's scary, right?
That's scary. That's the way it's supposed to be.
You know, that's scary for a group of people who are not at the top of the pyramid, right? So now they got to stir it up. So like we have to rise above the propaganda of it having to be that way.
Plus, history always shows there's always going to be resistance when change is coming.
It'll be all right.
When there's a change happening, there's always going to be, and we got to be strong, just like the ancestors were before, because things used to be different. Not in our lifetime, but like before us, like things used to be different. Not even where we're from, you know, we're immigrants from Kenya and we came to the United States, but there was slavery in Africa, in Kenya. That happened. The British. Why do you think Kenya's so British? Why do you think we love tea? You think we all just decided to like tea
Well,
in the hottest place of Earth?
tea comes from there, so they were drinking tea
No, they
before them.
that tea is like a British thing that we got from the British.
I think we should investigate it a little more because the tea comes from Kenya, so I don't think
not all the tea.
I know, but we drank tea before they got
I'm not
there.
saying that they created the concept of people drinking tea.
Yeah, but
that's not what I'm saying.
What are you trying to get at? Because we had the tea.
What I'm saying, I'm not saying that they influenced they had a big influence
in us drinking the tea.
Yes.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
Yes.
Let's just pump that one.
We're drinking hot tea. First of all, we're drinking hot tea.
I don't know.
We're on the equator.
I don't know.
We're on the equator.
I don't know.
I know you're triggered about your purple tea that comes from Kenya.
I don't know.
I'm not saying they created the purple tea.
We don't know enough. We don't know it. If it's our tea, why wouldn't we have been drinking it?
That's our tea.
Why wouldn't we have been drinking it?
I'm not saying it's not just the purple tea though.
I know they have other teas, but
there's
I'm saying why wouldn't they have
English breakfast tea, Earl Grey tea, China green tips tea.
So
I know all the teas.
I know, but you're like my problem with it is you're making it seem like we weren't drinking it until they came and told us to drink it.
I'm saying we started drinking more tea.
I don't know.
They brought that culture
Where's the
over
number? Where is this information coming from? We gotta Google it because I don't want us saying things and it not being correct. I think that's fair.
You're triggered about your purple tea.
That's I'm not triggered about the purple tea.
Purple tea comes from Kenya.
No, don't tell me what I'm triggered about. That's the other thing that triggers people when you tell them what they're triggered about. You don't tell me why I'm upset. I'm upset because
you do that to me.
That I understand you. Then it's not great, right? It's not great. So it was a good example. Like, my problem with that, with what you're saying is, it's not making sense to me. If we grow it, why weren't we drinking it? So to say if we only drank it because they came.
Let's get past the tea. What I'm saying is there was the British. They came and they enslaved Kenyans. There was Kenyans enslaved. A lot of the Western African countries. Why do you think they speak French? Okay. That came from the French. Yeah. South Africa, the Dutch, they came over there, apartheid and all of that, right? So this has happened everywhere, right? My main point is this. Slavery was global, right? And they use division to conquer us. And it works because we're
policing ourselves.
We're always bickering with each other, and we have so much vitriol, so much hate towards each other, and we don't need to be. We're all one of the same. We're all one of the same. We're all one of the same, and we need to help your brother and sister. Don't. We're so. Do you realize how malicious we are with each other? Like, we be coming for each other's throats. And it's terrible. Even here in America, the whole division between Africans and African Americans. They used to call us African booty scratchers.
It's out of control.
And
it's rough being African.
And it was hard, growing up. And we're the same people, yo. We're the same people. We're Africans. We're Africans. Blacks. We're black. Why do you think we have the same skin tone? We're the same people. And we experienced slavery there too. It was global. The islands too. We're all the same. This hate for each other is to divide, create confusion so that way they can control us.
Fair.
And we gotta get rid of that.
That Fast and Furious actor, he's Cuban but he looks black. He was on. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I saw this interview.
Yeah, let me tell you what he was saying. He was like, he's Cuban but he looks black. He's black first, right? And that's what he was getting to the point of how Latinos in the islands need to remember that slavery happened to them too. That black people were dropped off in all these islands, and so like there are black Cubans. Like a lot of
There's
their
black
culture.
Cubans, black
Yeah,
Dominicans, black
the
Haitians.
culture is so deep.
It's everywhere.
Brazilians, like the culture of
It's
West Africa
everywhere.
is so deep that some
Because the
of their
slave trade
food,
was
some of
horrible.
the drums, some of their spirituality is very West African. There's Yoruba tribes in some parts of Brazil, like the influence of that is there. And so like it goes back to them, the world telling them that being black is a bad thing. And you have to remember, you want to survive. They're in survival mode, right? So like when you were trying to survive, you didn't want to be associated with the worst of the people who are getting killed the most. You know what I mean? But we need to
I
get
can
from
understand. We got to get past that.
yeah,
Though.
you don't have to live like that. Like you right.
That's why everybody's so like, oh, I'm not black. I'm not black.
Yeah,
I'm not
because
black.
you think it's like you're just so conditioned to believe it's a bad thing, that your life is at stake. That's so crazy how it's so subconscious that even now when your life is not like in immediate danger, that you feel like you have to separate yourself from the most darkest person in the room. And that's crazy.
And it's beautiful.
The best, like
It's
the best,
beautiful.
like the
It's
chocolate
beautiful,
people.
man.
Oh my gosh,
It's
like
so
the
beautiful.
Sudanese people, they are so beautiful, child. With their let's okay.
And sometimes that's what people do, right? They see. You ever seen the people do that with like people that work out and shit? They'll see them and then they'll start hating. They'll start acting like that person, something's wrong with them because they're in shape. And it's like, nah, bro.
You're just not in shape.
You just need to get your fat ass in the gym. Like, stop
Big
hating.
man.
Big man. Yeah. Get in the gym. Don't hate. Me, I asked him, what you been doing? How did you adjust? You were intermediate fasting? Okay, let me try that.
Okay.
Learn. You can learn to take notes or you can hate and be bitter.
Yeah. And stay the same.
And stay where you
What was
are.
that? There's this lady online who also said, work on yourself so you don't become a hater. That's that.
That's
Like,
true though.
Work on yourself so you
People
don't
hate-
become a hater.
People hate what they see in others that
They're not
they
fixing.
can't become. Or that they think that they can become, because anybody can become anything. Because if somebody can do it, we're all human. We're all capable. All the difference between somebody that did it and somebody that hasn't done it is the person that did it dedicated themselves and didn't give up. You don't think they failed? They might have failed. Actually, most of them, if you ask most people that are successful, they failed a bunch of times and they had to get back up. They was like, all right, didn't work. All right, let me retool, get back up. Didn't work again. They got frustrated. They might have even got frustrated and gave up for a little bit, but then something in their spirit was like, you know what? I wanted to do this. I'm determined. I'm gonna do this, and they did it. They had that perseverance to do it. That's the only difference. That's the only difference. And people hate when they see a finished product, but people only see the finished product. They don't see the road that led to that product. They don't see the rainy days. They just see, oh, you're at the beach. You know how many years I worked so I can have days off so I can go to the beach?
Or like, what if the person did like want you to go on the journey with them? You know how many times somebody would knock on your door to go to the gym with them, and eventually they stop knocking because you don't want to go.
I'm good. And then after a while, like, he doesn't want to do this. Why am I dragging him? Right? And that's
And
another
then you
thing.
get
Stop trying
salty
to
at their
drag
results.
And then-
They did the work.
They did the work. Do the work. Do the work, and I promise you it will work. I promise you. It might not work immediately. That's what we be wanting, microwavable results. You don't even want that taco. It's soggy, it's nasty, it's microwave. I'm comparing it to food because I'm fat, whatever. Right? Isn't the fresh food the best? Like if you get something from it's fresh, it just got made, like at the restaurant. The leftover one, it doesn't hit the same. The leftover that you warmed up, I like everything, so I'll eat it anyway. But there's a big difference between fresh and microwaved. The microwave, it's not even comparable. It really isn't. And my fatties, y'all know.
Fatties.
Y'all know. I mean, not fatties. I mean, there's skinny people that are foodies too.
Foodies.
My foodies, y'all know. That fresh food hits so much different than the microwave. So do the work. It takes more work to make that fresh food that you're gonna get, but it's gonna taste so much better than a quick. That's another thing I learned about life. It's okay to take your time. Take your time, be patient, and wait for the timing to be just right to do that or to step back and think through before you go with a strategic plan. Even I can compare it to sports. Why do you think teams train all week to play the game, or they have a bunch of practices before they play the game? Because they're getting prepared for the game, right? They don't just go to the game and just wing it. We're just gonna go out there and just backyard it. No, they don't do that. They don't do that. They train, they watch film, they study the tendencies of the other team, they meet. A lot goes on to that game that we watch. Yeah. So do the work.
Yeah.
Do the work. Stay in your faith. Stop hating on each other. Black is beautiful. Um, Love Island was wild.
It definitely was. Yeah.
And find a reason to make somebody smile. You see, I'm rhyming. You see, I'm freestyling, and I didn't even know. They don't want you to freestyle like DJ Khaled. Don't play yourselves.
He's not playing. In fairness, every
Don't play
situation weren't you playing yourself?
Yeah.
What makes you so mad is that you think someone's playing you, but is you playing yourself? You could have
You
laughed.
could have react. You could have just your reaction actually allowed them to play. Don't let them play with you. Like if I know that you're trying to play with me, it's like a chess game. It's like okay, that move's not gonna work. Checkmate. I'm out. You can stay there and figure out who else you're gonna do that to, because it's not gonna be me.
It could be like, let me get out of here. This guy likes to finger people.
You're not gonna finger balls.
He's poking
This
people.
guy-
He's poking
This
people.
guy likes to finger people. It's wild.
No, but you know what I mean. Poke.
This guy likes to finger.
I bet if you screamed that though, people would move out of his way. People would get out of his way super quick. People would get out of his way. They'd be like, well, "What did you say? This guy's doing."
This guy likes to finger
Okay,
people.
we should end it there.
Wild work.
Let's
Don't let them finger you.
let's not get inappropriate. Let's keep it clean. Keep it PG. There's probably aunties and grandmas watching.
Sorry. We're just joking around. But anyway, you guys have a good week. Like, comment, and subscribe. Check us out this Thursday. We're going to do another one. And we're going to keep growing and support those people, those businesses that I told you guys.
Those realtors.
Check them out, especially if you're looking for property in D.C., Maryland, Virginia. We love you guys, and all have a blessed night.
Good night.
Good night.